In a kingdom far, far away, nestled beside a grand royal palace, lived a kind and wise ruler named King Theodore. His greatest treasure wasn't a crown or a jewel, but a magnificent apple tree in his royal orchard. This wasn't just any tree, you see. Its apples weren't red or green. They glowed with the purest, most dazzling gold imaginable. Every morning, King Theodore would walk through the dew-kissed grass to admire them. These little captured suns, hanging from the branches, bringing joy to everyone who saw them. But then, a shadow fell over this happy scene. One crisp autumn morning, the king found that one of his precious golden apples was gone. He frowned, thinking maybe a playful squirrel had been a bit too bold. But the next morning, another was missing, and then another. Soon, half the tree was bare, its golden branches looking sad and empty. The royal orchard, once a beacon of joy, now held a puzzling mystery. King Theodore was very sad. He had to find out who was stealing his precious apples. So, King Theodore called his 3 sons, Prince Arthur, Prince Benedict, and Prince Leo. Prince Arthur was the eldest, strong, and brave. Prince Benedict was the second, clever and quick-witted, though he did love a good nap. And Prince Leo was the youngest, quiet and thoughtful, with a kind heart. "My dear sons," the king began, his voice heavy with worry, "a thief is stealing our golden apples. I need one of you to stand guard tonight and catch whoever it is." Prince Arthur puffed out his chest. "Father, leave it to me. No thief can escape my watchful eye." That night, Prince Arthur marched to the royal orchard, a gleaming sword at his side. He paced back and forth, vowing to stay awake, but as the moon climbed high, a gentle breeze rustled the leaves, whispering lullabies. Prince Arthur, after hours of heroic watching, found his eyelids growing heavy. Just for a moment, he thought. But that moment turned into a long, deep sleep. When he awoke with the first rays of dawn, he saw it, a magnificent bird, shimmering with feathers of pure gold, soaring away into the sky with a golden apple in its beak. It was the legendary sun-wing bird. Prince Arthur had failed. The next night, it was Prince Benedict's turn. He yawned. "Arthur was too loud. I shall be clever." Prince Benedict brought a soft cushion and a warm blanket. Settling himself comfortably beneath the tree, he decided to outsmart the thief by pretending to be asleep, ready to spring into action. But the sun-wing bird was even cleverer. It waited, patient and silent, until Prince Benedict's fake sleep turned into a very real, very deep slumber. With a soft flutter of its golden wings, the bird swooped down, plucked another apple, and vanished into the night, leaving Prince Benedict to wake to an empty branch and a very red face. King Theodore sighed, his heart heavy. 2 nights, 2 princes, and still the sun-wing bird kept stealing his apples. "Father," a soft voice spoke, "perhaps I may try." It was Prince Leo. His brothers scoffed. "You?" Prince Arthur boomed. "If my strength couldn't catch it, and Benedict's cleverness failed, what hope do you have?" Prince Leo simply smiled gently. "Perhaps a different approach is needed." The king, seeing the quiet determination in his youngest son's eyes, nodded. "Very well, Leo. The royal orchard is yours tonight. Be careful." As twilight painted the sky in shades of purple and orange, Prince Leo made his way to the royal orchard. He carried no sword, no cushion, just a quiet resolve. He knew the sun-wing bird was magical and swift. He would need more than just strength or cleverness. He would need to understand. He settled down, not directly under the tree, but a little way off, ready to watch, to wait, and to truly see what would happen next. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery orange and soft violet, Prince Leo took his post in the royal orchard. Unlike his brothers, he brought no ornate weapons, only a quiet determination. He settled beneath the ancient golden apple tree, its leaves shimmering in the fading light, and waited. The night air grew cool, and the palace sounds faded to a hum. Hours passed. Prince Leo's eyelids grew heavy, but he remembered his father's sorrowful face and the importance of his task. Just as the moon reached its peak, a faint, ethereal glow appeared. It grew brighter, shimmering like 1,000 tiny stars, until a magnificent creature descended. It was the sun-winged bird, its feathers an impossible, dazzling gold, sparkling as if alive. Its amber eyes surveyed the orchard with an intelligent gaze. The bird landed softly on a branch, laden with golden apples. Prince Leo's heart hammered, but he remained perfectly still. He watched as the sun-winged bird delicately plucked an apple. This was his chance. With a surge of adrenaline, Prince Leo sprang forward, silent and swift. His fingers brushed against the bird's warm, silken feathers. Startled, the sun-winged bird let out a melodious trill and soared upwards in a flash of golden light. Prince Leo felt a sharp tug, and when he looked down, he found a single, shimmering golden feather clutched in his hand, glowing with a soft, internal light. Though the bird had escaped, Prince Leo returned to King Theodore with proof. The king, seeing the magical feather and hearing of his son's quiet courage, felt a flicker of hope. "The bird is too clever for the orchard, father," Prince Leo declared. "I must follow it. I must bring it back." Seeing the resolve in his youngest son's eyes, the king gave his blessing. Prince Leo packed a simple satchel and set off at dawn. The golden feather tucked safely in his pocket, he walked for many days, through ancient forests and across rolling hills. One afternoon, as he rested by a babbling brook, a flash of russet fur caught his eye. A fox, with intelligent shimmering eyes, emerged from the undergrowth. "Greetings, Prince Leo," the fox said, its voice a surprising gentle rasp. "You seek the sun-winged bird, do you not?" Startled, the prince nodded. "I am Rusty the fox," it continued. "The sun-winged bird is a creature of magic. It cannot be caught by force. You must follow its path, but first, you must make a choice. Ahead lies Crossroads Village, with 2 inns. The Gilded Goose Inn is bright and lively. The Humble Hearth Inn is quiet and unassuming. Choose the Humble Hearth, Prince Leo. Though it seems less grand, it holds the wisdom you will need." With a polite nod, Rusty the fox vanished back into the trees. Prince Leo pondered the strange encounter as he continued his journey. By late afternoon, he saw the smoke rising from Crossroads Village. Soon, the 2 inns came into view. The Gilded Goose was ablaze with lanterns and boisterous music. Opposite, the Humble Hearth stood small and inviting, a soft glow emanating from its windows. The choice lay before him. As Prince Leo, disguised in a simple traveller's cloak, slipped through a lesser-used servant's entrance, the sheer opulence of Stirling Castle took his breath away. Chandeliers, dripping with crystals, cast rainbows on marble floors, and tapestries depicting legendary battles adorned the walls. He navigated the labyrinthine corridors, his heart pounding a steady rhythm against his ribs. He felt the weight of his quest, the need to find the sun-winged bird for his ailing father. Every guard he passed was a risk, every corner a potential dead end. The air buzzed with a quiet energy, the hum of a castle alive with secrets. He recalled Rusty the fox's warning. "The guards are not your only obstacle. King Stirling's greatest defenses are temptations designed to ensnare the unfocused." Leo pressed on, his hand instinctively touching the single golden feather in his pocket, a tangible link to his purpose. He moved like a shadow, his senses on high alert, his mind solely fixed on the aviary Rusty had described. He knew he had to be swift and silent, a ghost in this magnificent fortress, drawn by an irresistible, almost magnetic pull. Prince Leo found himself standing before a pair of ornate golden doors. He hadn't meant to come this way, but the path seemed to have led him here on its own. A soft, melodious whinny, like the chiming of silver bells, echoed from within. Pushing the heavy door open just a crack, he peered inside. There, in a stable fit for a god, stood the golden steed. Its coat was not just yellow, but pure liquid gold, shimmering under the enchanted light of the stable. Its mane and tail were spun from sunbeams, and its eyes held the wisdom of ancient stars. It was more magnificent than any tale had ever described. A powerful longing seized Prince Leo. With such a steed, he could travel the world, be faster than the wind, and escape any danger. The thought was intoxicating, a sweet poison seeping into his resolve. He imagined riding back to his kingdom on this glorious creature, a hero triumphant. The horse seemed to sense his admiration, turning its head and nickering softly, as if inviting him closer. For a moment, Leo's quest for the sun-winged bird faded. Overshadowed by the allure of this golden marvel, he took a half-step forward, his hand reaching out, his focus wavering like a candle flame in a draught. Suddenly, the image of his father, frail and weak in his bed, flashed through his mind. The golden feather in his pocket felt warm against his skin, a silent rebuke. Distraction is the enemy of a true hero. Rusty's voice echoed in his memory, shaking his head to clear the golden haze from his thoughts. Prince Leo pulled back, his heart aching with the sacrifice. He forced himself to shut the door on the magnificent steed, the sound of the latch clicking into place like a final verdict. "My quest is for the sun-winged bird," he whispered, reaffirming his vow. The temptation had been powerful, almost overwhelming, but he had overcome it. Renewing his determination, he continued his search through the castle's endless corridors. The experience with the golden steed had sharpened his senses, making him wary of his own desires. He followed a winding staircase upwards, drawn by the scent of exotic flowers and the faint distant sound of birdsong. He was getting closer. The air grew warmer, filled with a humid sweetness that spoke of a special, controlled environment. He knew, with a certainty that settled deep in his bones, that the aviary was near. He pushed open a glass-paned door and stepped into a world of vibrant green. There it was, a massive sun-drenched aviary, a garden paradise, enclosed within the castle walls. And in the center, on a perch of polished silver, sat the most breathtaking creature he had ever seen, the sun-winged bird. Its feathers were a cascade of molten gold, each one seeming to pulse with an inner light. An ethereal glow surrounded it, and its intelligent amber eyes watched him with a calm, knowing gaze. It was more than a bird. It was a living piece of the sun, a beacon of hope and life. Prince Leo stood mesmerized, his journey's temptations and trials melting away in the face of this divine beauty. This was it. This was the reason he had come. He knew he couldn't just take the bird. This creature was a treasure, not a prisoner to be stolen. He had to prove his worth. Taking a deep breath, Prince Leo stepped forward into the light of the aviary. He reached into his cloak and slowly, reverently, pulled out the single, faded golden feather he carried. He held it out on his open palm, an offering, a plea, and a promise all in one. "I have come for you," he said, his voice clear and steady, filled with the hope for his father and his kingdom. The sun-winged bird tilted its head, its amber eyes fixed on the feather, and a soft melodic chirp, like the first note of a sunrise, filled the air. His true test had just begun. Prince Leo arrived at Stirling Castle, a grand fortress whose ancient stone walls seemed to shimmer under the morning sun, hinting at the untold wonders held within. He clutched the small leather pouch Rusty the Fox had given him. its weight a comforting reminder of the wise fox's counsel. Only the sun-winged bird, Prince Leo. Do not be tempted by the golden steed or Princess Aurora. He took a deep breath. The castle's imposing presence, making his heart thump a little faster, but his resolve was firm. He slipped through a forgotten service gate, a shadow amongst the towering hedges and sparkling fountains of the castle grounds. The melodic bell-like song of the sun-winged bird guided him through winding paths until he found a magnificent aviary. Its bars wrought from gleaming gold. Inside, perched on a crystal branch, was the sun-winged bird itself. Its feathers, a kaleidoscope of liquid sunlight. It was even more breathtaking than the stories described. With a gentle hand, Leo unlatched the gilded cage. The bird, surprisingly tame, hopped onto his shoulder. It sung a soft, joyous lullaby that seemed to fill the air with magic. "Success," he whispered, a thrill of triumph coursing through him. As he carefully made his way back, the sun-winged bird nestled safely on his shoulder. A new sight caught his eye. Just beyond the stable gates, radiating power and grace, stood the golden steed. Its mane and tail flowed like spun gold, catching the light with every twitch, and its eyes, intelligent and fiery, seemed to beckon him. Just a quick look, Leo rationalized. The memory of Rusty's warning, now a faint whisper against the magnetic pull of the majestic creature. He approached, and the horse lowered its head, nudging his hand with a velvety muzzle. It was too beautiful, too magnificent to simply leave behind. Rusty only said not to be tempted, he reasoned, his heart pounding. But if it comes to me, he untied the golden steed, and in a flash, they were galloping towards the main gate, a golden blur of motion. But the castle guards were swift. Alarms blared, echoing through the courtyard. And before Leo could make his escape, he was surrounded. King Sterling himself, a stern but fair-looking man with a crown of polished silver, emerged from the castle's great hall. "You have taken my sun-winged bird and my golden steed," he boomed, his voice resonating with authority. "You are bold, young prince. I will not imprison you, but you must earn your freedom and these treasures. Go to Shadow Mountain, the colossal peak that looms to the west, and by sunrise tomorrow, you must move it to the eastern plains." Leo's heart sank. Shadow Mountain was enormous, a seemingly unmovable giant. Just then, a familiar rustle in the nearby rose bushes, and Rusty the fox appeared, a look of exasperation on his cunning face. "Oh, Prince Leo, you forgot my words already. The steed and the princess are for later, not now." Rusty chided gently, "But fear not, for your kindness has earned you my help." The fox then whispered a secret spell into Leo's ear, a chant of ancient earth magic. "Repeat this, and believe." Prince Leo spent the night at the foot of Shadow Mountain, repeating Rusty's words with all his might, his voice a determined murmur against the night wind. As the first rays of dawn touched the sky, the ground began to rumble beneath his feet. Slowly, impossibly, Shadow Mountain groaned and scraped, its ancient bulk shifting and sliding until it settled majestically on the eastern plains. King Sterling, watching from his castle balcony, gasped in utter amazement. "You have done it!" King Sterling exclaimed, his face alight with wonder. "You may have the sun-winged bird and the golden steed." But wait, his eyes twinkled mischievously. "There is one more treasure, my daughter, Princess Aurora." And there she was, stepping onto the balcony, her beauty like a sunrise, her eyes as deep and sparkling as the ocean itself. Leo felt his heart leap, the warnings of Rusty now a distant, forgotten echo. "She is the most beautiful maiden I have ever seen," he murmured, captivated. He had to have her. He approached King Sterling, his voice steady with newfound confidence. "Your Majesty, I have completed your task. Now I wish to ask for Princess Aurora's hand." King Sterling smiled. "A bold request indeed. But you have proven yourself worthy of great deeds. Yet, one more task remains if you wish to marry my daughter. Bring me the water of life from the Whispering Falls, hidden deep within the Whispering Woods. It is said to grant eternal youth and heal all wounds." Leo, with the sun-winged bird now perched comfortably on his shoulder, and the golden steed standing patiently beside him, felt a renewed surge of determination. He had made mistakes, yes, but he would not fail this final quest. With a respectful nod to King Sterling and a quick, grateful glance at Rusty, who gave a knowing wink, Prince Leo set off towards the mysterious Whispering Woods, ready for his most perilous journey yet. Prince Leo, with the Shadow Stallion breathing softly beside him and the Starfire sword humming at his hip, felt the weight of his final task. He had to retrieve the Crystal of Souls from the heart of the Serpent's Spire. Rusty the Fox, a constant comforting presence, scouted ahead, his red coat aflame in the deepening gloom of the blighted lands. "The Serpent's Spire is more than a tower, Prince Leo." Rusty's voice had an uncharacteristic gravity. "It is a mirror to one's own soul. The crystal yields only to a will that is both strong and selfless." The path was fraught with peril. They navigated the shifting sands of the forgotten desert, where mirages whispered promises of deceit, and climbed the treacherous glass-like slopes of the Dragon's Teeth Mountains. At last, they stood before a towering spire of obsidian that scraped the heavens, wreathed in an unnatural storm. A single winding staircase spiraled upwards, seemingly into infinity. This was the Serpent's Spire. As Prince Leo set foot on the first step, a colossal three-headed hydra, guardian of the spire, descended from the swirling clouds above. Its scales were like polished jet, and its 6 eyes burned with malevolent fire. Who dares intrude upon the domain of the crystal? Its 3 voices boomed in a discordant chorus. Rusty, undaunted, stepped forward. "This is Prince Leo, a seeker of balance and a champion of the light. He has faced darkness and answered with courage." The Hydra fixed its intense gaze upon the prince. Leo, recalling Rusty's counsel, did not draw his sword. Instead, he stood firm, his resolve unshakable, his purpose clear. "I seek the Crystal of Souls," he called out, his voice steady against the howling wind. "Not for my own glory, but to restore a shattered peace and mend a broken land." A tense silence fell, broken only by the crackle of lightning. Then, one by one, the Hydra's heads bowed in deference. "Your will is pure, young prince. Ascend and claim what is yours." With a heart pounding with anticipation, Prince Leo climbed the endless stairs. At the summit, resting on a pedestal of pure energy, was the Crystal of Souls. Pulsing with a gentle internal light, he carefully placed it in a velvet-lined satchel Rusty had given him. With the crystal secured, they began their swift descent, their sights set on Stirling Castle, and beyond that, the royal palace. Their return journey was blessedly quick. But as the familiar sight of the old well came into view, a cold premonition gripped Prince Leo. His brothers, Prince Arthur and Prince Benedict, were there, their smiles as wide and as hollow as ever. "Leo, little brother," Prince Arthur exclaimed, clapping him on the back with forced camaraderie. "We were beginning to despair. You must be exhausted. Share a drink with us before you present your prize to father." Though wary, Leo was weary from his quest, and acquiesced. His brothers handed him a pewter mug of cool water. He drank it down, and a strange lethargy immediately washed over him. The world dissolved into a hazy, dreamless void as he collapsed into a deep, unnatural slumber. When his eyes finally fluttered open, the noon sun beat down on his face, and a cold, hard truth hit him like a physical blow. the shadow stallion was gone. The starfire sword was missing from its scabbard, and Princess Aurora, whom he was to escort, had vanished. His brothers were nowhere in sight. Despair threatened to consume him, but a soft nudge from Rusty brought him back. Do not lose hope, Prince Leo. Deceit may claim the day, but truth owns the dawn. Rusty then uncorked the silver flask containing the water of life and poured a single, precious drop onto Leo's tongue. The magical slumber receded instantly, clarity and strength flooding back into him. They have stolen your victory, but not your honor, Rusty said, his voice firm. We must ride for the royal palace at once. Meanwhile, at the palace, King Theodore was lavishing praise upon his two eldest sons. Prince Arthur and Prince Benedict presented the Shadow Stallion, the Starfire Sword, and Princess Aurora, spinning a fictitious epic of their own courageous exploits. The king, filled with pride, called for a grand celebration and announced the betrothal of Prince Arthur to the silent princess. But just as the royal heralds raised their trumpets, a clamour arose from the palace gates. Prince Leo, travel-stained but resolute, marched into the throne room, with Rusty the Fox pacing confidently at his side. The celebratory murmur of the court died instantly. King Theodore's gaze flickered between his smug elder sons and his dishevelled youngest. Leo, what is this? Your brothers have returned victorious with the treasures. Prince Leo's voice rang with unwavering conviction as he recounted his true ordeal, the trials of the spire, and the vile betrayal at the old well. Seeing the sincerity in his eyes, Princess Aurora found her voice. He speaks the truth, Your Majesty. These two abandoned him and stole his rightful rewards. As if on cue, the Shadow Stallion let out a powerful, echoing whinny, and the Starfire Sword on Arthur's hip pulsed with a bright, accusing light. King Theodore's face became a mask of fury. He banished Arthur and Benedict from his sight and his kingdom forever, their cowardice and lies exposed for all to see. In that moment, a brilliant light engulfed Rusty the Fox. The small form stretched and shifted, the red fur receding to reveal a tall, noble young man. I am Prince Alaric, he declared, bowing to the court. Brother to Princess Aurora, cursed by a dark enchantment. It was Prince Leo's unwavering integrity and selfless heart that shattered the spell. The throne room erupted in gasps of astonishment. Prince Leo, though stunned, felt a sense of rightness settle over the world. King Theodore, humbled by the revelation of his youngest son's true valor, proudly named Prince Leo his heir. Prince Leo and Princess Aurora were wed in a joyful ceremony, their shared future bright with promise. The Shadow Stallion carried them on moonlit flights, and the Starfire Sword stood as a symbol of justice in the kingdom. And so, Prince Leo, the prince with the selfless will, ruled with fairness and courage, proving that true strength is not in the prizes one wins, but in the truth one lives. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. If you loved this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next adventure.